A La Llorona tale. If you hear a cry, it's too late. The crying always starts the same. Soft, broken, almost gentle. So gentle that your first thought isn't fear, it's pity. And that's how she gets you. This is Whispers by Dark. In the border town of San Paloma, the river cut through everything. Yards, dirt roads, childhood memories. People built their lives around it, then spent the rest of those lives pretending it wasn't there. Because after sundown, the river belonged to someone else. Isabel Moreno heard the crying for the first time at 30 years old. That was important, because children hear La Llorona by accident. Adults hear her because she chooses them. Isabel had returned to San Paloma to clean out her childhood home after her mother's death. The house sat closest to the river, just far enough that you could hear water moving at night, but not see it. Her mother used to say that was worse. If you see the river, she'd whisper, she knows where you are. The crying began on Isabel's second night. She was lying in bed when a faint sob slipped through the open window. At first, she thought it was the wind moving through reeds. Then it repeated, longer this time. A woman's voice, raw with grief. Isabel sat up. The second didn't echo. It stayed perfectly clear, as if the woman was standing just outside the house. Isabel's phone buzzed, a text from her neighbor. You hear her too? Isabel's blood went cold. She didn't reply. The crying drifted closer. She remembered the rule too late. If you acknowledge the sound, she knows you're awake. The next morning, Isabel found wet footprints on her porch. Bare feet, pointing toward the river. The townspeople didn't ask questions. They saw the marks. They knew. The old man at the market crossed himself when Isabel walked by. A woman whispered, She's been chosen. Isabel demanded answers. What she got were fragments. She cries for her children. She takes the quiet ones. She takes the ones who listen. No one told the full story, because saying her name out loud made it easier for her to hear you. That night, the crying came from inside the house. Isabel woke to water dripping. Her hallway carpet was soaked. A thin trail of river water led from the back door to the bathroom mirror. The sobbing echoed from the glass itself. Isabel approached slowly. Her reflection stared back, wide-eyed, pale. And behind her reflection, something moved. The woman in white stood inside the mirror. Her hair clung to her face in wet strands. Her dress floated as if underwater. Her eyes were hollow, stretching far too deep into her skull. Her mouth opened. The crying stopped.
You heard me,
La Llorona said. Her voice was calm now, relieved. Isabel stumbled back. The mirror rippled. A hand pressed outward, distorting the glass like a stretched membrane.
I only take what answers.
The woman whispered. Water poured from the mirror onto the floor. Isabel ran. She didn't stop until she reached the church. Father Delgado listened as she spoke, his face growing darker with every word. She doesn't hunt children anymore, he said quietly. She hunts replacements. For what? Isabel asked. For witnesses, he replied. For someone to remember her grief so she doesn't fade. The truth was worse than the legend. La Llorona wasn't cursed to wander forever. She was afraid of being forgotten. And fear makes monsters creative. That night the river flooded, not violently, precisely. Water crept into streets, yards, houses, never damaging anything, never rising too fast, just enough to remind everyone where it came from. The crying echoed from every direction. Isabel stood at her window and saw people outside, walking barefoot, following the sound. She tried to scream. No sound came out. Her phone buzzed again, a single message from an unknown number.
Come help me find them.
Isabel reached the riverbank at midnight. La Llorona stood knee-deep in the water, holding two shadow shapes by the hands. Children, or what used to be.
They don't remember me.
The woman said softly.
But you will.
The shadows looked up. Their faces were blank, waiting. Isabel understood. The children weren't lost. They were gone. What La Llorona wanted wasn't victims. It was company. Eternal grief needs an audience.
No,
Isabel said. The word shook her entire body. La Llorona's expression hardened.
You listen.
She hissed.
You belong to me.
The river surged. Hands rose from the water, dozens of them, reaching, grabbing. Isabel closed her eyes and remembered her mother's final warning. Never cry near the river. She hears sorrow like a language. Isabel screamed, not in fear, in rage, in refusal. The sound tore through the night, sharp and alive. The river recoiled. La Llorona screamed back, not sorrowful this time, but furious. Her form cracked like porcelain. The shadows dissolved, and the river fell silent. Morning came. The flood receded. No bodies were found, but 3 people were missing. Their houses empty, their mirrors fogged from the inside. Isabel left San Paloma forever. She never lives near water, never leaves windows open at night, and when she hears crying, anywhere, she runs. Because La Llorona doesn't need your children anymore. She just needs you to listen. And once you do, she never stops crying. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our next one. And you stay safe out there, folks, and we'll see you in the next one.